What's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and
It's your boy Doerilla checking in.
hey, you dig. And we live and direct on the industry's most wanted
Podcast.
Listen, we got somebody really dope on the check-in with us today, you know what I'm saying? He goes by the name of Jizzal Man. What's happening?
Wouldn't know.
Hey, everybody should know who you are, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, but if they don't, we about to put them all the way on game. We gonna remind them. You know what I'm saying? You dig?
Already.
First and foremost, man, give me some love. Boom. We got to give you your flowers. You know what I'm saying? You've been in this music business a long time, bro. You've been working. You've been grinded. You've seen a lot. You've experienced a lot. And I want to talk about all that today. You know what I'm saying? Because I really want people to know your journey. So without further ado, bro, go ahead and give us that official introduction.
Wouldn't know. The original FB franchise boy that is Jizzle.
Hey. Listen, man, much respect, you know, first and foremost, you know, you I think that, you know, shout out to them Franchize Boyz. You know, I think you guys are definitely some pioneers in this hip hop, you know, music business of people who really help pave the way, not just in Atlanta, but, you know, just in hip hop, period.
Right.
And, you know, I think it's important that people understand that because, you know, no disrespect, but a lot of y'all youngins don't know the history of the history. You know what I'm saying? And we, you know, we about to put them all the way on game. You dig? So, you know, with someone like you, it's important that we take things back because you've had a long journey and you're still working. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some artists, you know, they have a journey, but then you don't hear from them no more. You still out here doing your thing, so let's take it all the way back. Is that cool?
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Where did you grow up at?
West side of Atlanta, Allen Temple, Lucille Avenue.
Hey, West Side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be exact.
Yeah.
Man, talk to us about that. You know, like take us back to when you was a jit, man. You know what you was into.
Everything I shouldn't have been.
Was you a baby kid?
I was Trina kid.
Shout out to Trina. You know, growing up in Atlanta, man, or you know, in or around Atlanta, I didn't grow up here, but I have so much love for this city. I have so much respect for this city. You know, I always tell everybody I've been coming here since the 90s. I experienced the real Freaknik. I was here right smack dab in it because I'm an OG, y'all.
Right.
But I knew back then, I said I'm going to live there one day because I just love the culture here. Right. I love how there's a lot of unity here, more so than other cities. You know, and for what we all do musically, this is where it's at, period. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, shout out to ATL. I love this city. You know, this is my home now. You dig? I'm claiming myself as an official Georgia peach, right? All right. When did music really start piquing your interest personally? Because we all like music growing up. We all have artists and music we listen to, but on a personal level for you, how did it all start?
Basically like the music that I was hearing around me and the older heads that I was running with, what they were listening to and what I was listening to, and what caught my ears that I started to duplicate at like 9 years old.
You started as a youngin'.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was some of the music or some of the artists that like inspired you back then?
Kilo Ali, Hitman, Sammy Sam, E40, Mystical, 8 Ball.
Yeah, I go.
Jake the Snake. Man, yeah, people like that. Top Authority. Yeah. Dane Family. Yeah. Like, you know, I was listening to all that.
A lot of the greats, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like people that, again, that really paved the way. And, you know, I think that's something that, you know, that you have offered as well. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing this for a long time and, you know, people got to understand the journey. So you started at a young age. You know, at what point did you, though, you know, at 9 years old, like you ain't got your own money to go to the studio and do all that stuff. At what age did you really start, you know, taking a little bit more seriously, or about what point, you know, when you're like, I got to start getting in the studio and recording music? When was that for you about?
Maybe like 13. You
know
what I'm saying? That when I really started trying to like really record for real.
I got you. You was becoming a young man at that point in time, you know, so you're like, okay, I got to boss up a little bit. What were you talking about in your music back then?
Same stuff I be talking about now. I was into the same thing.
You're like, ain't nothing
Yeah,
changed.
it was, and basically my influences and
Right.
my surrounding, and the people that I ran with. So
Right. And now you're really, I mean, not to say you weren't living it back then, but now you're really living it. You know what I'm saying?
I was living it back then. I'm serious.
But you probably, but from 13 to where you're at now, you've experienced a whole lot more.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So you were living it back then, but you've really experienced and lived it because, you're an adult now. You know what I'm saying? So at what point did you come together and form Dem Franchize Boyz, and how did that come about? Like, I really want people to know the history of that leading up to where you're at today.
Right. The producer from my group, Pimpin', him and I from the same hood, Allen Temple.
Okay.
And both of us lived in Allen Temple with our mama, but, it was some stuff going on in Allen Temple where Pimp ended up getting his own apartment in Allen Temple. So that's where the studio was. Even when he was living with his mama, that's where the studio was at his mama crib. But he didn't got an apartment now. And remind you, Pimpin' is the youngest one in the group, but he was the producer, and, I was the first person that he ever recorded in his life. And he, was making beats on Fruity Loop, and I was like the first dude that he recorded in his life. And he didn't really know too much about music, bars, writing songs, and things like that, but I was already doing those things. And it just used to be a bunch of guys that used to come to the studio or whatnot. Just a whole bunch of guys, just all artists. And Pimp and a couple other members, Buddy and Parlay, rest in peace, Buddy, they went to college and started doing music, and I was still in the hood. I was rapping and hustling and doing all kind of other stuff because I'm the only one in the group with a child at the time. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Yeah.
Right. So it was bigger than you. You had a child.
Yeah. I was trying to find my way or whatever.
Of course, absolutely.
And they came back from college. They got us some trouble. I don't know what they did. They got us some trouble. They never went back. So they was doing music in college. And when they came back, it was something that they, continued to do. And me and Parlay from our group, we used to be in each other's hood, but we never knew each other. Right. All four of us went to Doug, but I didn't know any of them in school except for Buddy.
Got you.
I didn't know any of them, but I used to be in his hood, and he used to be in Allen Temple, but we never knew each other or never knew that. And Pimp played a record for him one time, and Parlay was like, who the hell is that? And Pimp was like, that's Jizzal. And he talking about, well, let's go find that nigga right now. And therefore we formed, and then we seen as far as a whole bunch of guys being around the studio, we seen who was willing to put what into it. So it kind of got sorted out that way, like who the boys was going to be. Because we ain't even have no name for the group.
Yeah.
We didn't have no name for the group. We did.
So who officially, was it a collective, or did one of y'all, who came up with the name, and how did you come up with the name?
It was just like some pimp called himself like Franchise Production, because like he was a producer, and when all of us started rapping on his beats, and dudes who rap from other hoods started wanting beats from him, when we started putting music out in the street and in the hoods and stuff like that.
Right.
He just started calling himself Franchise Production.
I got
and that's
you.
when we started putting mixtapes up under that.
Right.
So when it came to a point for us, to be signed or whatever, we were just gonna say, all right, we franchise. Since everybody call you franchise already, we just gonna be franchise. And then, we started doing our research. It was a guy already out called The Franchise. I think he's from Florida or somewhere like that. He's
right.
Yeah, so we just flipped it to Dem Franchize Boyz.
And it was history in the making since then.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about working, together like that, because I think that today I don't know why, but I think maybe because people have egos or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see too many groups either forming, or if they do form, they don't never stay together, right? And I think
it's happening. That's definitely gonna happen.
Egos get in the way and stuff like that.
Right.
What was, if you don't mind, what was the secret? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you guys had ups and downs. You probably bump heads from time to time. Ain't nothing ever perfect, right?
Of course.
But what was it that really kept you guys, sticking together and putting out, music after music?
Basically the same formula, because we always, no matter what label we was on, and we've been on every big label you could dream of being on, it was just, we kept our same formula. Pimp always sit around the computer day in, day out, just making beats. I was always writing, and Buddy was always the concept guy. And Parlay was always the last person to come in like, yeah, but let's put this in there too, or let's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was always that, or that formula, though, it was the chemistry that we, as four
Absolutely.
We used to be like Voltron or something. Everybody had like 25 in or something like that. Yeah, it was that.
Though, what you got, man? I know you got some things you want to chime in about.
Man, look, it's so many things, but I'm trying to get my thoughts together because it's like I'm over here. You know what I'm saying?
It's time to dig.
Yeah. So like going into the fact of working together as a team, you know what I'm saying, a group. It's like obviously you got to swallow egos and be like, okay, this person good at the concepts, this person good with this.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like going into the creative process, like how was your approach like always on it?
I was always writing. My ink pen was always working. You know what I mean? As soon as I hear a beat, or I might have an idea without a beat, or I might got a beat from somewhere else, and we might take the words from what I said from that beat and put it on one of our home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So is your creative process, still similar with your music now? Do you write everything first, or do you get in
I still write, but I pace the floor. I pace the floor back and forth until I get to a certain amount. Like I got the first 4 bars, then I might not pace this much. I'm gonna sit down and start writing.
Yeah.
But I pace it to get the direction that I'm going in.
Yeah. Get your thoughts together, right?
Yeah.
What would you say, from your personal standpoint, because people on the outside looking in may see things differently. What was it within your career, whether it's, you doing your thing now or with Dem Franchize Boyz, what was that moment or that song or that time that you really knew this is what I want to do for the rest of my life? Like, what put you to that next level? What was it for you?
I guess the Man Square Garden.
Okay, that's huge. Talk to us about it.
It was like the first time we did Madison.
Oh, he said it was the first time, y'all.
Yeah, it was like the first time we did it because I was transported to the venue in a van, but I'm in the van with Jermaine Dupri and Janet Jackson.
Ooh, now
and
that's
the rest
big.
of the boys was in another car ahead of us.
Right.
Headed to the venue, and he brought us out with Mariah Carey. Then he brought Janet Jackson out and kissed her, and then sent her back out, and then pulled me on up in front of the stage. So I guess it was it.
That's huge, bro, because that's an opportunity that most people will never see in a lifetime.
Oh, no, not Janet. You ain't going to get next to Penny like that.
Nah, for real. So also what I want to talk to you about, because again, a lot of the younger artists, they don't understand the experience of what you've had to go through to get where you're at, because they have the luxury of just posting on social media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't understand touring and being out for days and having to meet people, and there's so much more to it than just posting on social media, right?
Oh man, you had to put the footwork in, like load up the cover CDs and put staple stuff on the street
Posters
side.
and all that
all that. Oh yeah.
All that guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, you had to really put the footwork in, or nobody was gonna know you, or nobody was gonna hear your music. Like we did that for a minute. I had a black ugly Lincoln at the time. And that's the car that got us signed.
Listen.
Yeah, it was a black long Lincoln.
Man, thanks.
And I think I just want to speak on this for a second, and I really want the young artists that are up and coming to pay attention to this, because I know we're still in a pandemic and we can't move quite as much as we want to, but outside of that, if you think about a lot of the artists who came out pre-social media, the reason why they're still able to have longevity in this business, and the reason why they're still relevant in this business, is because of exactly what you said. You had to put that footwork in.
Yeah.
You actually got out there and touched the people and met the people.
You had to, and you, like, when we were coming in, you really, if y'all was a group or if you was a solo artist, somebody had to really know how to rap.
Right.
Yeah. Like, you really had to rap. Like,
right.
Not just mumble rapping or
you
whatever they call it. You really
had
to have bars, and it really had to make sense, and it had to be dope, and it couldn't have been like nobody else's. Like how this artist sound like that artist, it couldn't have been that, because people will call you out and they'll test you on it. That's what was going on then.
Absolutely. So let's fast forward a little bit. I know you currently still have a lot of stuff going on, and that's what I want to focus on right now, because you have an amazing history, and I just really wanted people to understand, where you came from. Of course, but let's talk about currently today is 2022, bro, man. Like, it's a brand new year. Talk to the people, like, you know, tell everything you got going on, whether you got, you know, outside of music, you know, we always got to have other hustles. Sometimes people have merch, or some people have other small businesses.
Right.
What all do you got going on currently?
Well, you know, man, Sauce to God is currently working. Like, people might don't know, but Sauce is actually my artist.
Is he really?
In real life, yes. That's my artist.
Because I knew that you guys were close. You know what I'm saying?
He was around me back then. He was on tour with me then. He was in the lane with a rock with a video. I actually signed him and his whole group out of Ohio, Push Up Boys. They were my group.
He did mention that
because
he was here with us recently with Simi Sinatra. You know what I'm saying? And he did mention that you guys have a lot of history together. Yeah. In fact, I think I know you came here with was it G-Box maybe? Who was it that you pulled up on and did an interview with?
It was Rich, wasn't it? Mr. 365.
Oh, 365. That's who it was. Yeah, exactly. But, you know, outside of that, Young Sauce is the one that really made the connection, because you guys did a photo shoot here, too.
And we did.
Appreciate that, too.
Appreciate you, too. You let us do everything we wanted to do.
One-stop shop. You did.
Yes.
You know, so right now, you know, you got, and I think that's dope. Let's just talk about that for a second. You know, when you're an artist like yourself who's been doing this for a long time, how many years would you say you're in music?
Like in the industry for real, or as far as doing music?
Like really in it for real?
Almost 20.
A long time.
Almost 20 years, yeah.
And I think that it's such a blessing when someone like yourself is still doing what you're doing, but you're also putting other artists in a position. You're helping other artists.
Right.
Because you've got so much knowledge. Like, you want to share it with somebody that's talented, like someone like Sauce to God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I've put a lot of artists on.
I know you have.
I'm the reason for Yola the Great. I'm the reason for Bankroll Fresh. He was Young Tang then. Like, I'm put my hands on a lot of artists, but, you know, I don't do it to get my name in the paper, but very few of them, just to name a few, that reaches back out or, you know, just pays homage.
Right. And that's the thing, too. You can put people in a position, and then some of them, they get to another level, and then they forget who helped them along. And that's cool.
Already it is.
We don't focus on that. It's we know. You know what I'm saying? You know what you did. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So, you just got to continue to focus on you and the people that are around you. So, you know, you and Sauce to God are making music together. What other moves? It's 2022. It's a brand new year. I don't really do the whole New Year's resolution stuff, but I do believe in setting goals for yourself. You got to, bro.
Right.
If you don't mind sharing with us, what are some of your goals for this year that we can expect to see from you?
Well, we about to get started. I don't know if you talked to Shot or not. You know, but we about to start filming, you know, for my cooking show, Lean in the Pot with
He did tell me. That's dope.
Oh, Shot told you for real?
Yeah, Shot tells me everything. Because he knows I don't tell no one else. Did I tell you that?
Okay.
You know, Shot tells me a lot, but it don't go no further than that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to have that person you be so excited you got to share your ideas with.
Yeah.
So,
I be feeling like that, too, and I have certain people that
you're like, I can't wait to tell somebody.
Yeah.
But you know they're not going to go and leak it to the world, right? Yeah. So, if you don't mind, you don't have to get into full detail.
I mean, I can tell you just a little more. We done filmed some pilots or whatnot, but it's called Lean in the Pot with a Jizzle's Ghetto Gourmet. And it just basically how a ghetto guy like myself, like his chicken wings, like his homemade pizza, like his salads, you know, how a ghetto dude get down in the kitchen. That's basically it, showing them my perspective of it.
Listen, people are going to love that. I think people are really going to love and resonate with it, too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be fun. But at the same time, like, you're really showing them, you know, this how I like to eat. This how I like to cook. But you're going to have fun with it at the same time.
Of course.
Any idea of when we can expect, like, a first glimpse of it?
Well, be looking very soon. I'm talking about in a matter of weeks. But first, me and Shaq got this obligation to shoot this video for this new franchise record. I got to get it to you, and Pimp produce it.
Oh.
Yeah, so me and Shaq, we talking, we're gathering locations and cast and all of that, and we're getting ready to put that together. It's definitely going down like a plane crash.
Let me know when y'all. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I know you want to. If you need
some dances a little bit.
This guy. Yeah.
Hold on, won't you get up and demonstrate for us?
No.
This guy.
This guy, right, exactly. But no, I would like to pull up, and even if I'm just behind the scenes getting a little footage, man, please keep me posted.
You gonna be there getting the connections. That's what you gonna be doing. I know you need some mofo. Know some mofo.
Yeah, reeling them in.
Right.
So what you gotta do, man, like you gotta shoot your shot, you know what I'm saying? A closed mouth don't get fed.
It is, yeah, man, you do everything, man, Sauce ever asked you to do, so whatever I can do on your end, you already got it.
Man, you here with me today, man, I appreciate that, because...
I appreciate you having me, because it could have been Jazzy Face here today.
For real. Let's talk about this record that you and Sauce to God did together that we're gonna...
yeah, that's one of the songs off me and his project, because, we have a project called TampaMystic.
Okay.
Which is the name of this song, but it's the name of the entire project as well.
Got you. Okay.
Right.
How did this particular song come together? Like, whose idea was it?
Sauce had the beat for a long time.
Okay.
And he liked it, but he just, he never did nothing to it, but he sent it to me because he'll do stuff like that. He'll just, somebody send him a pack of beats, he'll just forward them all to me, and I just run through them.
And let you shuffle through them,
yeah. So when I did that song, he had the song, he had the beat maybe about 6 months. He been had the beat, but when he sent it to me, I instantly just started writing to it, and I just wrote it for me and him to, kind of go back and forth on it. Sort of like a Field Mob thing or Fabulous Jadakiss sort of swing. So the idea of me writing the concept of the song came from Jadakiss.
Okay.
And I just kind of put it together like that and fished it to him, and it came out like it did.
Word. Well, we're going to check it out in a minute, but before that, like, if there's any artists or producers or people who are serious about their business, what would it take to get, you on their song? Like, I ain't talking money, you ain't gonna talk money wise, but like, how do they come to you? Like, if they say, hey, I want a feature from him or whatever, what is it gonna take to get someone to work with you besides them having a budget, obviously?
Actually, for me to even, I have to like the music. I have to, you know what I'm saying?
I'm so glad you said that.
I have to like the music. It ain't even got to be about the money, because I've had situations where dudes have had budgets and, kind of threw the money on the table. But if I don't like the song or, you know what I'm saying, I really won't do it. Because you probably won't get the best out of me just because I don't even like the record.
The energy is not going to be there.
Yeah. So I have to actually like that. And it has to grab me in some sort of way, because a lot of artists that have gotten features without me, without paying me, because I just liked the song and I liked the artist and I just wanted to work with the artist.
Right. Hey, I'll tell you, I always say it. We always say relationships will put you in places that money cannot.
Yeah.
If you come, and I feel that way too, bro, and I just asked you that, and I love your response because I feel the same way. Like, there's people who can't pay me enough to sit in this seat right here.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, I don't want this energy that close to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I turned someone down recently because you
weren't feeling it.
No, like he sent me a deposit and I sent that joint right back. I said, bro, I'm not thirsty for no money like that, because he had an a-hole attitude, and I'm just like, nah. And if you listen, I don't care. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it all the way G over here. But
I'll let you guala.
So, what about booking wise? Like, who do they need to reach out to?
Mimi Daniels. Mimi Daniels. She's on my Instagram.
On your bio. Got you.
DATBJIZZAL on Instagram. That's who I am.
Nah, for real. You had to start a new Instagram, right?
Yeah, I did. My other one got hacked about probably 20K or something like that.
Man, these hackers ain't.
These hackers are worse than jackers. You heard me?
Man, I'm just like, but I be toying with them sometimes when they be jumping in my DM asking for my Cash App. I be coming up with the craziest. I told the other one my Cash App was booty meat, and he told me I'm about to see some money. I said, I bet you are.
Right. They be on an all-time high out here.
Yeah.
For real.
Funny, I just got I had a DM this guy. His tag said CMG something. He was like, man, I really like your music. He was like, give me a number. So I gave him a number. That night, somebody called me talking about they was from Atlantic Records.
Oh, Lord.
It had the Atlantic Records number and everything. He said, you can Google us and everything. He said, you don't sound excited. I was like, all right.
Right.
Boy, they be finessing because there are services out there where I could call you and make it look like it's coming from another number. I'm like, bro, these hackers and these scammers are like serious with it. It's crazy.
All-time high.
Facts. What's next for you? What's the very next move? You got any other interviews coming up? Any new songs dropping? I know you got your cooking show coming up. What's next for Jizzal Man?
The new franchise record, that's gonna solidify everything. Like once you hear it, I gotta get it to you, Clay, because I want you to play. I gotta get it to you, Clay.
Yeah.
Man, please.
It got some little dirt on. It's filthy right now. I gotta clean it up for you.
No, that's cool. I need both versions. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on my personal time. I'm gonna listen to the filthy version.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna get it to you. And once we come out, we do the video. I'm gonna have you bring me and Pimp back up here.
I would love that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And what we're gonna do next time around is we're gonna actually do it downstairs in a film and photography. We're gonna set up multiple camera angles.
Gonna kick it off.
We're gonna do it all the way, real deal, big time. You did.
Because that franchise money, that's a whole nother money.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother bank statement.
Man, that's big, bro. I mean, and congrats to you on everything, man, because you guys have been able to sustain within this music business, like I mentioned earlier on, and it's no disrespect or to throw shade, but there's a lot of artists who started out strong, but then they just fell off, and you don't never hear nothing else from them. Like, you guys are still out here making moves. You're still out here making music. You're still out here doing interviews. Like, and I respect that because that's the type of longevity I desire to have in this music business. So, seeing what you're doing, like you said, 20 years later, that's motivation for me. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to you. We got to give you your flowers now.
Yeah.
3 things we got to do before we get into this record, though. You know what I'm saying? These are 3 important things we got to do. Number 1, man, once again, telling everybody where they can keep up with the movement on any social platforms that you use.
DATBJIZZAL. You type in Jizzle, I'm gonna pop up anyway.
Right, but make sure you tell them how to spell it because they might.
JIZZAL. Yeah, they did.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Because
Jizzle, it's spelled like that because Jizzle is like way suave.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they might try to spell it a different way if they're not familiar or whatever. Okay.
And you can see it on his head if it's all like that. You know
yeah, for real. Turn your head look straight at that camera.
Yeah. Boom.
There you go.
Yeah. Did they get it? Am I clear to you? No.
Yeah. Next thing I need you to do, man, it's always important that we, pay homage, give people their flowers, show love.
Right.
Who are some of the people that you might want to show some love to and shout out to?
Definitely Stuntman of D4L. He get, you know what I'm saying? He don't get his due. He's a great artist. Sauce to God, definitely.
Facts.
Sauce to God, definitely. She from the Shout Boys. Shawty definitely lyrical, and they just look over him like Shawty, I'm supposed to be on the mic.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Shawty is dope.
That's why you gotta show that love.
Shawty is dope. He's dope. And El De Niro, he's a producer that done work with Future. He done work with some of everybody, but I ran across him maybe a year ago, and I put him over here with us.
Yeah.
Shawty definitely done work with every big artist that they playing on the radio now, but nobody gave Shawty a home. You know what I mean?
Right.
Tried to put a hand on him and brand him or whatnot, but he's another one.
Yeah, that's dope, man. It's always important to have, at least one, but a couple good producers on your team, man, because you guys can create magic together. You know what I'm saying? You can create new sounds together. He might bring something to you that you before have been like, nah, that ain't something I'm vibing to, but like now you're like, yeah, let's go ahead and rock with that. So it's important to have someone that understands your energy, right?
Correct.
What's the last thing we got to do, Doe?
Man, you already know. Everybody else watching, they know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? We on the industry's most wanted. So at this time, we got to know why you the industry's most wanted.
Because of what the industry been missing.
Facts.
Bars, scars, cars. No, let me stop.
Cooking, whipping it up.
All that. That element of hip hop that been missing. I've been representing that since day one. And any big artist that you could think of that know me, that, I have a lot of celebrity friends and a lot of big artists that I work with.
Yeah.
And even up to Hell Rail and Jewels and Jimmy and all them, like, I've been holding it down as far as the element of it as an MC. I've been that. And I'm definitely going to get that. They definitely going to hear that.
No, for real.
Yeah, for real.
Y'all heard it. That's what makes my homie, my bro over here.
Well, no.
The
Jizzle, you can say it. You can say it. Tampa, you can say it. Don't. You can say it, Tampa.
The industry's most wanted. You did. Well, listen, man, it's always a pleasure. I appreciate you being here today. This is certainly not going to be the last time.
Appreciate you having me, Tampa.
Of course,
you know,
man.
I be getting mad, I be saying, I'm like, oh, for real, Tampa. No, I'm bullshit.
Shout out to your lovely wife that came with you today.
Yeah, that's my everything. Yeah, that's my everything. That's my heart there.
I'll tell you one thing about this music business is you gotta have like old boy Ply said, you are my rock. You gotta have a rock.
Oh man, and she out. That's my brick.
Yeah, man. Like
that's my dumb pitch. That's my pit bull. she go make sure
because you know
people get right.
Because you know why
she gonna make sure they gonna get right.
When a woman loves a man, I ain't gotta explain this to her. She knows, man. We gonna go harder than ever.
She definitely gonna. Definitely gonna get it. Facilitate.
Oh yeah, she gonna give somebody the business about you.
Oh man, she gonna give you the business about yourself. I'm serious. You gonna get it now.
That's what you know what though, and I love that and I respect that, man, because you know it's hard in this business to find someone that's gonna really stick by your side because you have to constantly be doing stuff like this and making moves and traveling and stuff like that. So man, much love and respect, you know.
And you know, throughout my 20 years of doing this, I ain't never really had nobody like that. I was just jumping from girl to girls. I had girls in every state. I had girlfriends in every state, every country. Like, I never really had nobody like that.
But you know, it comes to
that's why I mess up a lot. I never really had that.
Right. Yeah. But it comes to a point in your life as a woman or a man that you are like, you know what, all that extra stuff, that is not where it's at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It comes to a point where, like, when you find that one that's like your rock, like you said, she's your brick. That's your ride or die for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like all that extra stuff is just not even worth it, man. It's
damn sure ain't.
It's crazy out there.
Sorry, I curse.
No, you good.
You can bleep that.
No, damn is okay. We can get away with that.
Damn it, man.
So, bro, we about to get into this record. If you can, go ahead and give us that official introduction.
Oh man, this is Talk My featuring Young Money Sauce to God. Yeah, Money Boy, and myself, that boy Jizzle. The video's out right now. I'll let you guala.
Hey,
Jizzle.
Say it.
Jizzle. I tried to get on the same frequency. Did I do it? Let me try again. Let me try again. Jizzle. I did.
You live from practice.
Okay, go home and practice.
This guy.
Industry's most wanted.
Yeah, still me, Jizzal Man, DFB, Westside Franchize, motherfucker enemy. Still talk, still pack a lemon squeeze, Allen Temple Lucy, forever to the death of me. I see them talk, ooh, he's so arrogant. Middle finger bird flick, you with an arrow win. Hit when the stick, pierce from the activist. Tell her, I see y'all on Mouse Soccer. Better shit the up. You don't want a battle, bitch. You gon' get your ass spanked. Bring me my paddle stick. You fishing with a shark. Everything in my tackle kit. Irene in a pack of beans and a half a fill. Rings and a gat of sniff. Bad case I wrap a gift. Got the Bronco truck key case I have to dip. Yeah. Some bad case I wrap a gift. Got the Bronco truck key case I have to dip. Ain't nobody gon' do nothing about it. Ain't nobody gon' do nothing about it. Cause ain't nobody gon' do nothing about it.
Yeah, I said.
Ain't nobody gon' do nothing about it. Ain't nobody gon' do nothing about it. Ain't nobody gon' do nothing about it. Cause ain't nobody gon' do nothing about it.
Yeah, I said.
Ain't nobody gon' do nothing about it.
I say my mind on the money, bag on my mind. I say it's time to get the paper, time to grind. I'm thinking niggas, they can fall in line. I'ma send they ass up, leave them flatline. So I'm on the way, I say I'm about to ball. Cameras flashing, taking pictures. back it up. Push up, that's the gang, ain't no motherfucker stopping us. Still tearing up the club, call us the 666 Mafia. We dressing all in black just like the motherfucking mob. If you playing with the money, man, this will get real odd. That's on God.
Ain't nobody gon' do nothing about it.